Neil, Andrew, this we spoke about in Eliza's report had there Lou O'Brien, a National Party MP, quitting the National Party room,
yes,
but staying within the LNP. He's now apparently accepted the nomination from Labor to be Deputy Speaker in the House of Representatives. I'll get your thoughts in a moment. First, let's just recap for our viewers what's been going on in Parliament the last little while.
I'd be delighted to nominate my colleague Damien Drum for the role of Deputy Speaker.
I nominate Mr Lou O'Brien, the member for Wide Bay. Up until today, it has been the case that the government has had 76 members of the coalition on the floor. As of today, that's 75. And while this position would normally go, to a member of the same party as forms the cabinet, given the change in numbers today, I think it's appropriate that this position go to somebody who has taken a higher position of independence.
But I just need to say to him now he's back. If he does not wish to accept the nomination, he needs to indicate that to the House. If he does not, the member for Wide Bay.
Mr Speaker, I wish to accept the nomination for Deputy Speaker.
The member for Wide Bay has accepted the nomination. The member for Nichols, as I said, has had an opportunity to not accept the nomination. We will now proceed to a ballot.
So there you have it. Lou O'Brien quits the National Party room in the morning, accept Labor's nomination in the afternoon as Deputy Speaker. The niggle within the coalition continues, and now there's every chance he'll win this vote, Andrew.
There is a big-time chance. You'd think Barnaby Joyce might vote for him. Extraordinary development. He was meant to meet Scott Morrison tonight, Lou O'Brien, about his future in the LNP, not the National Party, and now we've got this situation. I wonder if it scuppers that meeting even. He's accepted the nomination.
And as you said, Barnaby Joyce might vote for him. He might get a vote from George Christensen, who, another individual who backed Barnaby Joyce's leadership tilt. Possibly one or two others, who knows? But it's either way, it's going to be close because we know the government doesn't have a big majority, and it's one reduced now. Given even though Lou O'Brien has said he's going to stay within the Nationals, it's hard to bank the vote, particularly if he's going to accept Labor's nomination in a situation like this.
It's a paper ballot, which means no one will ever know which of those disaffected Nats voted for Lou O'Brien. We revealed this morning that in the National Party room, a couple of sources had said that David Gillespie asked Michael McCormack, the Deputy Prime Minister, if he'd tap someone to be Deputy Speaker. Mr McCormack said no. And David Gillespie is said to have then called Mr McCormack a liar. So he's another one who might vote against Damien Drum. The accusation was that Damien Drum's vote in the contest between McCormack and Joyce had been bought by offering the Deputy Speaker role. So here we have a situation, Labor very cleverly sort of put Lou O'Brien up there, and astonishingly he's taken up the cudgels on it. I mean, all the rhetoric from Lou O'Brien is, I still want to be in the government, it's just not the Nationals Party room, but this is not something the government wanted or would expect, this sort of division.
No, it's not, and could you imagine? It's just to have the Deputy Speaker. The deal would have been done. McCormack and his people, they would have worked out who they want, and then now Labor, we've got that word cheeky there on the screen, cheeky nomination, but it's also a clever one because the thing is, as you said, you've got Gillespie, you've got Christensen, Joyce and O'Brien himself. That's four who will likely vote for him in this paper ballot. Let's have a listen in now. I believe we might have... Is the clerk handing that to the Speaker? Let's have a listen in.
The result of the ballot is Mr Drum 67, Mr O'Brien 75. So I hereby declare Mr O'Brien elected. Would you like to briefly address the House? Member for Wide Bay.
Speaker, it is a tremendous privilege to be in this place. Every election we put ourselves forward to our constituents to serve them in the most honest and best way we can. I'm privileged to be here. As a country policeman, I find it incredible that I can walk into this place and take part in this. It's an honour to serve the people of Wide Bay, and it will be an honour to serve this House as Deputy Speaker.
I thank the member for Wide Bay. Now, I'm just briefly, obviously I'm not going to reach a definitive position on this now. There's another part of the standing orders that's very important in this regard. It says if a government member is elected Deputy Speaker, only a non-government member may be elected as second Deputy Speaker, and that's been the case now. If a non-government member is elected Deputy Speaker, then a government member must be elected second Deputy Speaker. The member for Wide Bay made some remarks about his position with respect to the government overnight. I haven't studied those in great detail, I have to say, but I do need to point out to the House that that requirement is there. I know the Leader of the House is ready to make a point of order. I'm always happy to hear from my friend, the Leader of the House, but really I'll need to examine those statements. But